Okay, so I think we're filming, we're fixing to eat. Our special guests have arrived.
Oh, what?
They're here. We got Norman and Woodrow from the Grateful Shed. And we'll leave a link down at the bottom for their channel. Y'all check them out. These guys are some good guys, man. And Norman, tell us what we're going to eat tonight.
Well, welcome to Saturday night, not at the Grateful Shed, but join us next week. We might as well be there. And we're with a different culture. We drove about 13 or 14 hours to be here to meet up with these guys, and we are delighted to be here amongst them. And to start with tonight, we're real excited about our northern beans. Looks like they got some ham floating around in there for your viewing pleasure. And then to put under that, underneath those beans, we have.
Make sure you hold that.
Be real careful, because that could be hot. And the last thing I want to do is burn my hand. It ain't funny. No, it ain't. Daggone it. And then we have some pancakes like I had never seen. But they told me this was pancakes, and I have no reason not to believe them, but that's some kind of crumpled up pancakes to put under those northern beans. And then we have some mutton that looks like, well, I've never seen mutton before, so I'm assuming that looks just like mutton. Because I've never seen, I guess, you know, if I was looking at that, I'd think, well,
It looks like mutton.
it looks like mutton, because y'all told me that's what it was, but it might be stewed beef. I don't know. But they said that was mutton, and I believe them. And that is boudin, which is some kind of sausage with rice in it, right?
Yep.
I got that straight.
Good job.
And then what we have here is some bacon wrapped tenderloin, and we do this in North Carolina, and we really enjoy it. And then he told me this section right here that you're seeing is wild boar. Now, I don't know the difference between a wild boar and a tame boar. It ain't funny. Daggone it, that ain't funny.
Well, we thought it was.
A wild boar and a tame boar. I don't know the difference, but they told me that was a wild boar. And then we have some Brussels sprouts and some tame bacon. Not wild bacon. That's a tame bacon.
And it's also
not anything to do with the wild horse.
Bourbon
but
bacon.
the bourbon tame bacon. Well, if it's a bourbon bacon, it might be a little wild. I don't know. Who's to say? And we have some coleslaw. Some people where we live just call it slaw, but it's coleslaw. And we have some of Jeffy's potatoes and some baked macaroni and cheese. And if Bruce Butler watches this video, just for you, we have some peanut butter M&Ms for your viewing pleasure. And they are, they're not wild. They're tame. They went through all the grocery store chain of command to reach to this point here tonight. And we have enjoyed our trip here to see Jeff and Keith and these other fellas that I can't remember their names, but they seem to be real nice fellas. Everybody seems to be getting along so far.
Woodrow.
That's the Pink Panther right there.
Woodrow, tell us a story, man. Tell us a story.
Okay, I will.
Oh no.
Back in the little town I grew up in, me and little Johnny were real good friends. We were just kids. And we were sitting out on the sidewalk one day, and Johnny had a bottle in his hand. And our little town doctor came by, and he said, "Good morning, boys." Says, "Johnny, what you got in that bottle?" He said, "It's turpentine, doctor. It's some turpentine." Doctor said, "Now, you need to be careful with that stuff." Said, "It's powerful." Says, I made a house call yesterday. I rubbed some on a woman's stomach and she passed a baby." Little Johnny said, "Doctor, that ain't nothing." Said, "My daddy rubbed some on the cat's ass and he passed a motorcycle."
I can't believe you used such profanity on this show.
I'll tell you what now. You heard us all laughing at that. These guys are great, man. I'm glad to have them come down here. We've been so looking for this, me and Jeffy, for a long time now. We're gonna go eat, and we'll come back later maybe and show you something else, but that's what we're doing here. The Grateful Shed come to Indiana. We're showing them some Hoosier hospitality, and it is what it is. So,
You don't have anything?
And I didn't bring my Tar Heel shirt. I wish I'd have bought it.
oh, I know, I hate that. Every time she wears it, I cringe. But anyways, yeah.
Slap him.
You want me to slap him?
Hard.
So, we'll be back in
I
a few.
will.
We're gonna go get us
knock it out
something
of
to
it.
eat. Where's Jeffy at? Jeffy, say something.
Something.
Okay. So, we're gonna go eat. And, oh, we do got Greg over here somewhere hiding. Say hi, Greg. We got Greg over there.
Hi, Greg.
And, we're gonna go eat. Y'all have a good one, and we'll be back in a few.
Sweet.
Okay, Norman Woodrow's fixing to get out of here. And we're gonna say our goodbyes.
Bye, Keith.
But first, me, Jeff, and Greg are going to give them some stuff to take home to Carolina. And what I'm going to send back with them, I really want to see them do a video with. And so,
No pressure.
So, right here we got some Wilson Sweet Heat barbecue sauce. And that's locally made. And we've featured that several times on our Labor Day deal. It's pretty good sauce. And here is the only ketchup that I allow in my house. What's that, everybody? Brooks. It's the only ketchup that I allow in my house. That is the best ketchup you'll ever find in the world. Yeah, it's rich and tangy.
Oh, Brooks Brothers, they make clothes too.
No, this ain't a tuxedo in there, Woodrow. No, settle down. And here we got some real Canadian maple syrup.
Ah,
Good.
And,
yeah.
We'll have pancakes one night.
It's better with ham.
Ham?
It really is. I'll tell you how to do that later, but that's real stuff. Comes from Canada, and it's good stuff. And yeah, you can send a guy a message, and he'll send you more.
Cool.
But it costs money. A lot of shipping from Canada to here.
Well, that's why you buy it and pay for shipping and ship
So-
it to them.
I did that, and give you this, and I made some of the food, and
Drink some of
I
the
sure enjoyed you guys being here.
I
And,
really,
and,
really
and,
enjoyed
and
it.
I really hope you can come back and see us.
I've been excited ever since I found out we were coming.
If not, give me the address, and maybe I'll get to Virginia and visit you guys
No,
someday.
we're not in Virginia. You won't visit us
Oh,
there.
Yeah,
well.
go to Virginia and visit them.
You'll be done past us.
Go to Virginia, turn right, and you'll eventually get to us. I think it's late in the evening for Brother
So-
Keith, but we have enjoyed ourselves a lot.
Yeah, it's been a great day.
Like I said, even though our videos differ some ways, but in many ways they're the same. You know, we do videos in the culture of Eastern North Carolina. We don't cuss. We don't talk about alcohol, drink alcohol.
We don't either, just keep.
Well,
we don't hold that against you.
well, that's fine. It's all good. It's all the same stuff, and we don't talk about sex, and we don't talk about eating boogers. You know, there's a lot of just some things we don't talk about in our videos that y'all seem to get along with, and that's all right. But we're all brothers and cooking and fellowship. That's the main thing.
Fun, food, and friends. That's all it is.
When you showed that ketchup there, it reminded me of something.
Oh no.
I'll tell a story, yes, please.
If a tomato and a potato and a cabbage had a race, who would win?
I don't know.
I'm asking him.
The ketchup?
Uh-uh.
Okay.
The potato couldn't see where he was going because he had dirt in his eyes. the tomato couldn't catch up, so the cabbage came in ahead.
We want to apologize in advance.
That's pretty good,
I
right?
know, that's why I like Woodrow better than you.
That's pretty good.
And I have one more I have to tell you.
Oh no!
Okay.
Don't encourage him.
Lay it on us one time.
Well, this friend of mine went shopping the other day. His wife sent him to the store, grocery store, after some stuff. And while he was in there shopping, he saw one of his friends. And his friend said, "What are you doing in here?" He said, "I'm shopping for my wife." He said, "Well, where's your list?" He said, "Well, I don't really have a list." Said she told me how to ask for it before I left home. She says she wanted a head of cabbage, she wanted 2 jugs of milk, and 2 rump steaks, and some Fantastic.
Keith, don't encourage him.
All right. Jeffy, what are you sitting at home with these guys?
You.
Please.
Big Green's had a lot of the same stuff because it's that damn good.
Yeah.
Okay.
This would be like a Norman's too lazy to cook at the shed kind of night.
Ah.
That's what it is.
Oh, got some honk and squeal.
You can ork and squeal on it. Now don't be taking the snorts out of that on the way home, because that's not what that is.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
bourbon.
I thought we'd get some chaser with that, but that's not what that is.
Well, you can try it, but I bet you only do it one
What
time.
in the world is in this sauce?
Pig.
Looks like ham meat.
It's pig.
It's pork.
Pork.
Barbecue
It
pork.
tells you right on
Smoked
there.
pork.
Pork.
Sauce.
Pork with
Oh,
barbecue
with, I
sauce.
see the with now, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'll be sure to try that. That's mighty fine to you folks.
That's something me, Jeff, and Gray grew up eating.
There's only a couple ways we eat that is
Yeah.
on white bread, open face on the plate.
And we have exchanged gifts here today. We brought some stuff from North Carolina and give it to y'all, and y'all give some of this stuff. But this, the most important thing we've got here today, we got to meet each other
Yeah.
and spend some time cooking and laughing and fellowshipping and what is that?
That's dip, that's what the mutton was made with.
Oh, got some good stuff. I enjoyed that. We've enjoyed that, and we've enjoyed swapping recipes and stories. I got one more story. I don't know how much time you got there.
We got all kinds
Miss
of My videos last a long time.
producer, shut up. This, of course, we don't cuss on our videos, but we do tell a story. We never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Now, I think I might have mentioned this earlier about this guy that went to church one morning and he come back with 2 black eyes. Well, he got it one morning and he went to church and his wife wasn't feeling well. So she decided she wouldn't go. He said, well, I'm going to go on to church. You know, we're Lord faithful to our church. So he went on. And to 10 o'clock to Sunday school, and he went on to preach, and he got home about 1:45, had 2 black eyes. And he walked in the house. She said, what happened to your eyes? He said, I don't want to talk about it. She said, oh no, this ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna leave this house and come home 2 hours later and say, you're looking like that. I got to know what happened. He said, well, I sat on a regular pew and the preacher asked us all to stand and sing hymn number 365, and I did. I took my hymn roll out, I turned to the right page, and I stood up, and we started singing. And this woman in front of me had some, she was kind of big. And when she stood up,
How big was she?
she was kind of big, and when she stood up, her dress went up in her thighs.
Her
She had-
what?
Her thighs.
No, her dress?
When her dress went, she had a wedgie. And he said, you know, it was kind of embarrassing to me, and I know it had to have bothered her. So I thought the least I could do was help this lady out. So I reached across the front of her pew, reached up there, and I pulled it out. And she turned around and hit me right in my eye, right there, and blacked my eye. She said, oh Lord, she said, that's horrible. She said, well, what happened to the other eye? He said, well, I assumed She didn't want it pulled out, so I reached up there in front of that pew again and pushed it back in.
That'll do it.
It ain't funny.
Well, you live in southern Indiana, that's funny.
Well, since he's on the church bit.
Oh no, don't encourage you.
What you got there, Greg?
Oh, I got some grippos for these guys to take home, and
Best potato chips in the world.
I got some more of this big beef for them because they're gonna need it.
I can't wait to
They're
try
gonna need
it.
it.
I've never seen that.
It's not what you think.
And then there's by the Wolf's Barbecue Sauce. It's a local place. I used to work there. It's a really good restaurant. So take it home with you and see how
Thank
you
you
like it.
so much. Thank you kindly. We appreciate it. We didn't expect all this, but we'll sure take it. We ain't too proud.
Well, now remember, this ain't for your food bank, this is for the shed.
I got you. And we gonna try it, and we appreciate
We
it.
want some
And we'll film
videos.
it when we
We
try
want
it.
some
We'll video
videos
it.
on that.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, it's been a great day. I've had a great time today. Norman and Woodrow, of course, Woodrow's my favorite.
Especially Woodrow.
Especially Woodrow, he's my favorite. And I told them both today, the only reason I watch your channel is so I can see Woodrow tell a story. It's not that I don't like Norman, it's just like, I like Woodrow that much more. But no, I've had a great time today visiting with these guys. We've had fun. And I actually haven't cussed today. Believe it or not, I've not cussed.
He has not. I've not heard him say. I've heard you say more cuss words than he
You
Yes.
wasn't here at 10
yes.
o'clock this morning.
No.
Well, I won't hear at 10 o'clock this morning.
Nobody
right.
was here, that's right. Nobody was
He
here.
run out of them.
This man right here has refrained
No.
from profanity in our presence.
And I've done that out of a special, what you call, consideration and kindness. And
He's screaming at profanity internally. And it's gonna come out when we leave, but that's all right. We appreciate it.
I'm officially letting it out now, but I
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
won't. But we'll post a link down in the description box for the Grateful Shed. They got a Facebook page. They got a YouTube channel. And y'all need to check them out. They do little short videos, 5, 6, 7 minutes long. And it's all about fun, food, and friends. And that's what they do. What do you call that? You don't call it fun, food, and
Well,
friends.
it's just fellowship.
Fellowship.
It's
You
about
call it
food and fellowship, and people get together and cook and eat and just enjoy one another's company.
And you know, so you get people from Carolina and Indiana and Kentucky together. None of us know what we're talking about, but we're having a good time.
Amen.
And that's what it is, you know? We have a good time.
There's just some cards you can pass out.
Oh, look, he gave me some credit cards. Yes, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, good food and good fellowship. That's what they say.
That's right.
And that's all it is. Of course, they live down in Carolina. They got a different language. You call it food and friends and fun here, but
We didn't know about those cards. Norman's mother came over one night, and she had ordered us a stack of cards that talk. And we passed them out. I passed them out to everybody I've seen on our trip.
and I want you to know one thing before I go. I'm not the oldest person you've seen on my videos now. We have Woodrow. Woodrow is actually older than me, but he's still my favorite.
When Woodrow was born, the rainbow was still black and white.
Nancy, you just had a cold.
So we're gonna get out of here. Greg, tell him goodbye. Say something.
Goodbye.
Something.
Jeffy, say something. It just
Something, bye.
make it meaningful.
See y'all later.
Okay. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time. And y'all go visit the Grateful Shed. They got a great channel, and I know I can't wait every week. I'm waiting for another video to come up. So, y'all have a good one, and time for a beer. See you next time.